for the sake of competing. I've not got what I want. They're not going to be gassing me up for that. It's not making sense. DG, we are scouting players who can play more than one position. I think it's to count on the lack of squad depth. Probably, but again, Saka can play left wing, right wing, and left back. Can he perfect playing on the wings? Martinelli can play up front and on the fence. Can you either become a winger able to play up front or a striker able to play out wide? Gabriel Jesus, the same thing. Odegaard, Smith Rowe, again, there's all the half the squad in it. You understand where I'm going with that. That's a lovely opinion, though, man. Saka swap deal with Raphinha, you're smoking something. I pray this isn't a typical Arsenal transfer window. Love for the super chat, Jack, and I hope so as well. But until people are signed, we're getting up in arms about anything, really. Trust. Are we still in for Zinchenko? It looks a myth. So, yeah, keep your opinions in that coming, people. Again, promise is a promise. We hit 200 likes. Can we move towards 300? Let's get into the transfer news, people. Where do we start? Please keep your questions coming. I'm going to circle back on them in a second, people. When I say a second, you know what I mean. Just because some of them are so amazing. Let me spin the block one more time for Arsenal news. Fair enough. It all depends where you read, people. And again, Raphinha's gonna have a long dedicated part of this live stream, people. It all depends where you read. I literally just clicked on this article. Again, as you can see, tab police, bare things to go over. Barcelona coach against Arsenal target Raphinha being the club's priority. Xavi wants the club to focus to be on extending the contract of Ousmane Dembele over chasing Arsenal target and Leeds United star Raphinha. Now, that's completely different from what we heard 24 to 48 hours ago, where they said, don't worry, we're going for you. They've promised the coach Xavi and the president Laporta promised him stuff. I don't know what that's going to, what's going to happen in that regard. So you've got to accept everything with a pinch of salt, really and truly. As things stand, Dembele is set to leave the Catalan Giants at the end of this month as his contract at the Camp Nou is up. The Catalan side, though, want the winger to extend his stay at the Camp Nou and are asking for more time from him so that they can be in a position to offer him a new contract. At the same time, the Catalans are interested in Raphinha, who is also sought after by Arsenal, and the Gunners may have got a boost. Xavi does not want the club to chase Raphinha as a priority and have their attention diverted from getting Dembele to sign a new contract. The La Liga Giants are struggling to raise money and are hoping to get more time from Dembele so that they can present him with a new deal. Raphinha, on the other hand, has been on Arsenal's radar even before Barcelona's radar, even before the past season ended. But with them not pursuing him as the first objective, the Gunners may have an advantage. Dembele is claimed to be ready to make a decision over his future after he returns from his holiday, and Chelsea are one of the clubs he's linked with. Arsenal, meanwhile, are suggested to be closing in on Raphinha, who wants his future to be resolved. So make of that first bit what you will, people. 256 likes. Keep it going, people. Away from that, closing that as well. Arsenal and Tottenham expect to be trumped by Chelsea for Richarlison transfer. So Chelsea are in pole position to sign Richarlison. Our links to Richarlison have gone away. What is this? Charles Watts has spoken. Arsenal call Telemans' interest as Gabriel Jesus' agents fly in for critical transfer talks, people. Now, again, I hope there's some sort of calmity that Telemans is going to get done and we're putting more priority towards Raphinha or Gab Jesus and all of these sort of guys. But Telemans is as vital as Jesus and Raphinha. Don't get twisted. Assuming we did get Raphinha and Gab Jesus, them and they're exciting footballers and stuff. And I think Telemans is as well. But we need to address the midfield. At best, we've got Odegaard, we've got Partey. There's a missing piece of the puzzle. Xhaka had a decent season, but you're going to get a mixed result. Every 5 to 10 games is going to be something else. If you don't get Telemans and he moves on to another club, that's fair enough. But make sure you have backup options. Fabian Ruiz is there as well over there at Napoli, contracted until 2023. The Gunners, and we heard that he's a priority of ours. We heard that's why we didn't go for Basuma. We've heard his agent spoke with us in the summer. We tried to get him last summer. We spoke in January. We thought he would be one of the first ones to sign, especially off the back of the international period being finished, people. The Gunners are set to take a step back in their pursuit of the Leicester City midfielder while they edge closer to securing other targets. Arsenal have called their interest in Yuri Telemans as they look to push through their move for Gabriel Jesus, people. Moving on from that, if you ain't hit the like button, keep running it up. Telemans has been one of the club's key targets during the transfer window and had been expected to join for around 25 million. But Go has been told that the Gunners have taken a step back in the pursuit of the 25-year-old while they focus on completing other deals this summer, including that of long-term target Jesus. In terms of Telemans, he has 1 year left on his contract at Leicester, and Arsenal have been in talks with his reps ahead of a possible summer move. He's previously admitted he'd be open to a move away from the King Power Stadium this summer should the right opportunity arrive. And to be honest, Telemans got the best of both worlds. You either get a move somewhere else, you come to Arsenal, you get a new deal at Leicester, or bearing in mind it's a World Cup year, you're already comfortable in Leicester. You've been at Leicester. You know, from January, indirectly you can agree moves with Premier League clubs to sign in the summer, or you can sign pre-contracts for foreign clubs. You know, you're going to be a free agent at 25. If you have a good first start of the season and a good World Cup, you're enticing yourself. We all know free agents is becoming a thing. Apparently 35 more people are needed, people, for 300 likes. Keep making that happen, people. Appreciate you lot. So yeah, man, it seems like for now, however, it appears that a potential switch to the Emirates has been put on ice. Arsenal remain firmly in the hunt for Brazilian duo Gabriel Jesus and Raphinha. Talks with Man City over Jesus are at a critical stage, and there is hope between all parties that an agreement can be reached quickly for the striker, whose City value at around 50 million. Goal has learned that Jesus' reps are now travelling to England in a bid to push through the transfer. The Gunners are also keen on bringing Raphinha to North London and believe they could get a deal done for the winger, providing Barcelona do not rekindle their interest in the 25-year-old. Once again, apparently a Fabio Vieira announcement is imminent. As you know, the 22-year-old arrived in London on Friday, underwent his medical, completed his formalities ahead of his £30 million switch. Apparently that one is still going to be done, people. So that's what Charles Watts is saying. Arsenal set to make 50 million bid for Raphinha as Mikel Arteta's side look to beat Tottenham and Barcelona to sign the Leeds winger as part of a recruitment drive which could push Pepe towards the exit. Barcelona and Tottenham have also expressed an interest in the 25-year-old, which this is only good for Leeds and Raphinha's advisors, because if many hats are in the ring, that means you're in a more position of power, people. As you know, we're also targeting Gabriel Jesus, Lisandro Martinez, and we've got over the line with Fabio Vieira. But according to the Times, Arsenal are planning to make a £50 million bid for Raphinha. We're eager to sign him despite interest from other parties. Barca had been heavily linked with Raphinha, but that deal now looks unlikely to happen, people. And Chelsea are also interested in performances for Leeds, with the winger having scored 11 goals and getting 3 assists in the Prem last season. If he joins, then it could see Saka switch to the left flank, with Pepe a candidate to lead the club. Raphinha has progressed well since joining Leeds from Rennes in 2020. He was previously at Sporting Lisbon and Victoria, so he's played in different leagues. Mikel Arteta is determined to add to his squad as Arsenal look to get back into the Champions League. We've signed Marquinhos, while another Brazilian could soon arrive at the club, with Arsenal determined to sign Gabriel Jesus. As you know, Fabio Vieira is close to joining from Porto, and we retain an interest in Lisandro Martinez. We've also announced the signing of Eddie Nketiah, people, so make of that what you will. When did this come out? 21st, that's today, right? So yeah, this is reiterating what's going on, people, about Gabriel Jesus' agents flying into England, trying to push through and move people. And to be honest, City are doing quite well if they're able to get top dollar. Really, Leeds, they're going to have to replace Phillips and Raphinha, which is crazy. Arsenal's initial offer for Raphinha Arsenal's initial offer for Gabriel Jesus, was 35 million plus add-ons. It was rebuffed last week, but a further bid could now follow, with Jesus' reps arriving in England. The Gunners have also held positive discussions over Leeds winger Raphinha. We did hear his agent was in London, with his agent Deco as his preferred club Barcelona are struggling to come up with his £60 million price tag. Boy, we'll have to see. Obviously, shout out Omar Rekic, who's gone out on loan. He joins Harry Clark, and there's definitely another young Arsenal lad who's gone out on loan. So that's that. Arsenal target Raphinha has already dropped Gunners transfer hint with deal very close. I need to zoom in. I can't see shit. I'm even dyslexic in it. Let's see what's being said. Raphinha has already hinted that he would be open to joining Arsenal at some point during his career, as he continues to be linked with a summer move to the Emirates Stadium. Let me guess, this is when he's talking about Thierry Henry. I knew it. But if you haven't heard his comments about Thierry Henry, I'd be watching the Prem with my dad on free-to-air channels. Thierry Henry was flying, man. The runs, the finishes, it was crazy. It doesn't mean he's an Arsenal fan growing up. It just means he had admiration for Henry. I also remember that the stadiums were always full. The songs, the shouts, the noise. I can't remember the details, but I was probably sitting in a rundown bar somewhere in Restinga when I made the vow that one day I'm going to play there. Hopefully there means the Emirates and not necessarily I think it means the Premier League and Europe and that, but fair enough, really. Once again, Arsenal lining up transfer move for lead star Raphinha, but Whites will demand 60 million for the in-demand Brazilian people. They're expecting the Gunners call, but will demand 60 million for the Brazilian, who said he's not signing a new deal. Bayern Munich were interested in January. West Ham bidded for him in January. Tottenham, Chelsea, and Barcelona are all keeping tabs on him, people. He would much prefer a switch to Barcelona and is understood to have already agreed personal terms. But again, Barcelona are in a precarious financial situation, and I still think he'll end up there. I don't think he's signing for Arsenal, but it is what it is, people. This is from yesterday. We won't deal with that. We spoke about this on Twitch, but long story short, people, this has said that Inter Milan will try and offer us De Vrij in a bid to sign Gabriel. Now, 1 minute it's Juventus, then it's PSG, then it's that. We'd be shagging ourselves if we done that. You know, not even Bastoni or Skriniar. You know, not take nothing away from De Vrij. So I don't believe much of that. You'd imagine De Vrij or someone, if they don't sell Skriniar or something like that, would be sacrificed. Inter Milan, especially if they get Dybala and Lukaku on loan, they're probably going to have to get rid of some people. Updates on Raphinha, is he still coming? Please listen. It's coming like you're not listening or looking at your screen. Fabrizio Romano has said the three clubs of London, Tottenham, Chelsea, and saving the best till last, Arsenal, especially Arsenal, are moving for Raphinha. When I read around 40 million from Barcelona to sign Raphinha, the answer I'm receiving is impossible. Leeds will never accept that fee. They want way more than this. What I'm told is the expectation comes a point where Arsenal may have to walk away from the deal if we do have a chance and pursue other targets. Arsenal had direct contact with Leeds for Raphinha, direct contact between the board of Arsenal and the board of Leeds. They're negotiating, discussing, so Arsenal are working on Raphinha with the intention to push in the coming days, says Fabrizio Romano. People, make of that what you will. Big up you lot, we're at 300 likes. Can we keep moving, people? Apparently, Deco is believed to have held meetings with Edu, who is Arsenal's technical director. Leeds are now expecting an official approach from Arsenal. We can't click on the Times article for evident reasons, people, but you get the point. Once again, Ryan Taylor has said, finally, Arsenal hope to announce the signing of Fabio Vieira from Porto within the next 24 hours, people. That was last night, so we should see some progress. Big up Freddie Paxstone. Again, check out the video I did with him. He has been reliably informed that Deco, the agent of Raphinha, has been in London today, which was yesterday, as talks of a move to Arsenal heat up. I mean, he could have had breakfast with Chelsea, lunch with Arsenal, dinner with Spurs, and still found a way to have breakfast today with some other team in another part of England. So make of that what you will. This is irrelevant, but apparently there was rumours last night that Marseille were looking at Lucas Torreira. There's no talks for Lucas Torreira as of today. The Uruguayan midfield is expected to leave Arsenal this summer, people. Arsenal and Tottenham poised for Raphinha transfer fight, but the winger prefers Barcelona switch, as we keep saying. Tottenham are said to have already made contact with Leeds, who are open to selling Raphinha if their valuation is met, people. Obviously, Barcelona are broke. Leeds are also expecting an approach from Arsenal. Raphinha's agent, Deco, is said to have held meetings with Edu, which has increased speculation. Tottenham hope his desire to play in the Champions League adds strength to their approach. Raphinha has 2 years left of his contract, but is ready to leave Ellen Road ahead of the World Cup this winter. He has his heart set on a move to Barcelona and will not rush to move to North London. But if Barca call their interest and Spurs and Arsenal are ready to swoop, both North London clubs are keen to do their business early this summer. Arsenal are finalising a £34 million deal to kickstart their summer recruitment drive with the signing of Porto midfielder Fabio Vieira. In relation to Lisandro Martinez, allegedly Arsenal were the first team to notice Ajax's Lisandro Martinez. Now Man United are joining. Ten Hag knows him for what it's worth, people. His destiny could be the Premier League, is what it says here. Again, this is a bit of an overkill. Arsenal were the first club in England to want the defender, but never made a formal offer for the Argentine. All they did was ask Ajax if he was for sale, and Ajax told them no. However, in North London are expected to bid for him. So Google Translate is not helping us, but we're expected to bid. Lisandro Martinez can play central, left back, and even midfield. His versatility is what most arouses the interest of the two English clubs. In addition, it's necessary to highlight his age. 24 and his progression within the Argentine national team. So we'll have to see what's going on there. But that's the latest where Martinez is concerned. Apparently, Arsenal want to bring back Alexis Sanchez. Alexis, baby. You know, it wouldn't make no sense from a cost perspective, from wages perspective. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. I don't believe this. Apparently, Arsenal are one of the clubs observing this situation. He's also been linked with Aston Villa. I mean, I'm not going to give this the time of the day. Do you lot really believe this? Raphinha would be the biggest signing in decades for Arsenal. Decades? If you're saying decades, you know, the S on that, you're chatting nonsense. Arsenal and Newcastle make their move for Fabian Ruiz. Please, God, please, God, please. Arsenal and Newcastle have made their move for Fabian Ruiz. With this, obviously, article reporting that Napoli do not want to lose the midfielder for free next summer. He's looking set to leave Naples in the coming weeks as his contract is running down. The Serie A side want 25.8 million. Do that, man. Then you can leave Telemans. Arsenal, Newcastle, City, and United have all made their move for Ruiz. I mean, if City are interested, then we've got no chance. I think Newcastle, Arsenal, and United could all fight for it. Arsenal's bid may not come as a surprise to supporters. Obviously, we've been interested in him before. I mean, it doesn't say we've bidded. It doesn't say there's been any talks with agents. It's just the fact that we need a midfielder. This is someone that's been linked with us. It's someone that a lot of everybody knows. It doesn't seem like there's any real feasibility there. 308 likes. Can we push towards 400 people? Please keep it moving. I thought you lot like, man. So, yeah, that's where that is. See what this is saying. No, Lokonga's no loan for Lokonga. Lokonga is set to remain at Arsenal and not be going out on loan. So, yeah, people, he won't be going out on loan. Arsenal to fight Manchester United to sign Fabian Ruiz. In fact, people, Granit Xhaka has been offered a route out. Allegedly, he'll be offered a route out of London, out of Arsenal once again this summer. Serie A clubs have registered their interest in the midfielder. He's wanted by Fiorentina. We really want to do business with Fiorentina after they agreed an option to buy on Torreira and then tried to offer us 7 million. They ain't got the bands for this. If they're trying to offer 7 million, what can they really give us that's sensible for a player that's got 2 years to run in this deal? It wouldn't be an Arsenal summer window without Xhaka being linked. Alexis has been linked with a return. I don't think you lot want to thingy that. Arsenal are hoping to offload Nuno Tavares before stepping up their bid to sign Aaron Hickey. He's apparently the Bologna fullback, 20 years of age, is reportedly available for 18 million. But it seems the Gunners are keen on selling first, with Tavares likely to be axed following his struggles. I mean, you're not going to sell Tavares for 35 million after just buying him for 8 million and he's only made 20 odd appearances. I personally think we either sign Aaron Hickey or Lisandro Martinez. And I think we more want Lisandro Martinez than Aaron Hickey in reflection. I don't think we'll ever get both. Once again, Arsenal are on the chase in terms of Gabriel Jesus and Raphinha. An imminent announcement for Fabio Vieira is expected. Interest in Telemans once again has called people. Edu Ayen move for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Arsenal are interested in making a move for Everton striker Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Allegedly, people. Arsenal have liked him for a long time. That has not gone away. They have plenty of options in the market. I think now if they were to make a bid, they'd be willing to sign someone else with him rather than make him the big top line marquee kind of signing that they were looking for. I don't think we look to do that. We'd be smoking something. I don't think we're moving for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Arsenal take a step back in pursuit of key target as Jesus' agents travel to England. We've Sly already read that, people. Once again, people, Gabriel Jesus' agent is heading to London to push through his Arsenal move. So let's see what happens there, really and truly, people. According to Goal, Gabriel's agents are flying to London to try and push through the deal as Arsenal look to land their prime summer transfer target. Arteta could now be reunited with Gabriel, having worked with the South American during his time at City. The report also claims Arsenal are focusing their attention on strengthening their attacking options and would like to sign Raphinha, people. So everybody's reiterating the same thing. Allegedly, Manchester City have issued a warning to Arsenal and Chelsea over Gabriel Jesus and Sterling deals. They're not prepared to let people depart on the cheap. To be fair with you, if they're able to get decent money for Raheem Sterling, for Gabriel Jesus, maybe Mahrez and Gundogan and Bernardo Silva, 3 players among others that are linked with moves away, Ake as well. That means Alvarez and Haaland basically paid for themselves and anything else that they're paying for themselves. So, yeah, clearly they're not trying to let people go for cheap. So it fully makes sense, really, in that regards, what they're trying to do, people. Half the way there in terms of 400 likes. Keep it running, people. We know a couple of young players will be leaving on loan, people. As you can see here, Omar Rekic and Harry Clark have left. Doesn't seem like there's anything else, people, really. Yeah, so that's the transfer news. What are you lot saying? Get your opinions and questions and all of that good stuff in, people. Let me just make a timestamp of the transfer news.